What is a variable potential divider? One word. Look at this word. That potential divider is what? What is a potential divider?
PD
Look at this.
controller, PD controller, PD controller.
It's a voltage controller. And what are the applications I told you? What is a potential divider? Look at the screen.
Yeah.
What are the examples? It
Speed
controls
controller, speed controller, brightness, sound, loudness controller, control on contrast, sharpness, etc.
so these are the examples of a potential divider. Potential divider, potential divider is a circuit controller. Now I show you something on my desktop and you can see, you can tell me what is this. I'm moving the slider. What is this?
Which one, sir?
What is this? What it
Sound controller,
controls?
sound controller.
It controls loudness.
Yes, sound controller, yeah.
Sound controller. And in our physics language, onward, you will remember that in physics language, it is actually what? What it is?
It is actually
What it is? Look at the screen, please. Ahmad, still you take so much time. Just look at the screen. What you call it?
variable potential divider. I said once
Why you
already.
just fine. So this is what you have to answer. Keep on answering. That is why I mark. I mark and then I question because I want you to remember it. Now, potential divider is a circuit controller which controls the voltage. Now, copy this screen.
Okay.
Okay, Hamad, have you copied it?
Yes. It's around.
Look at the screen. Have you ever used it?
Yeah.
What is
Regulator.
it?
Regulator.
It is a regulator. Very good. It is a regulator. And Hamad, what it does?
Like change the speed of the fan.
It controls the speed of the fan. And today what you have learned in physics, what you call this device, we call, normal people call it regulator. But what is it? Look at the screen. What is it actually?
Variable potential divider, PD controller.
Yes, it is actually a variable potential divider. Common people call it fan regulator. Now, working rule. How it works, remember the concept in series, current is constant. So voltage is divided and conserved. In series, current is constant. Voltage is divided and conserved. Voltage and resistance are directly proportional. So they thought that
Yeah.
they wanted to divide the voltage. Look here. 10 volt supply, only one resistor, it will get all the 10 volt. Here, why the voltage is divided in two parts, 5, 5?
Yeah.
Why it is divided in two parts, 5 volt, 5 volt? Because there are two resistors in series.
Yeah, because there are two resistors in the series circuit.
And why it is now divided in three parts? Why it is divided in three parts?
Because of the
How many resistors?
two resistors are two parts, right?
How many resistor here?
Yes, sir.
How many
Three. Now
resistors?
three. Now there are three, right?
Good. So it means in series you can divide the voltage. They introduce a concept of slider, which you can move. Slider is something which you can move. This is called in physics slider. So they put a slider, and moving the slider will alter the voltage. Now, if I put the slider here in this screen, I will get the full 10 volt. But if I move the slider in between, I will take the half of the voltage. Using the slider, I can use a ratio in which I can divide the voltage. Now, give a side heading, working rule.
Okay.
Write under it a potential divider uses resistors in series. A potential divider uses resistors in series. You have to copy this. This is the working principle of a potential divider. So what is the concept? A potential divider is actually a combination of resistors in series. It consists of resistors in series. And what happens in series? Current is constant and voltage and resistance are in proportionality. You have to copy this screen.
Okay.
This is the concept here. Now write under it, a slider mechanism is used. A slider mechanism is used in a potential divider. A slider mechanism is used in a
Can you please go
potential.
back to the last slide for 1 second? So can you go to the definition slide for 1 second again? Yes. Okay, done.
So write under it, a potential divider, a slider mechanism is used
The formula also.
a slider mechanism is used in a
Okay,
potential divider.
a slider mechanism is used in our potential. So now, will there be any other past paper classes in the month, or that's it for the month?
Sorry, what class?
Past paper classes for this month, will be there any more, or that's it?
We have to put more classes because past paper is everything. The main thing in final year is past paper.
Okay, done.
Look at this slider again.
Okay.
This is called slider mechanism.
Okay, sir, can you please give me 3 minutes? I'm just coming back. Give me 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, sir, I'm back.
This is a slider mechanism. Now I'm going to use this famous ratio formula. This is in our O-level maths also. Ratio upon sum of ratio into total. You have to copy this.
Yes, we're done.
Now, this is the formula potential divider circuit. This is a potential divider circuit. Look at the two resistors. There are two resistors I have shown, R1 and R2. Look at this diagram, R1 and R2, and this is the slider. I have just shown you how slider looks like. Now, this is the ratio formula. The slider is coming here according to this position. Slider is coming with R1 and it is coming out V1. So this is a circuit component, and when you move it like this, the output of the voltage is only across R1. So the formula V prime is equal to R1 upon R1 plus R2 into V. This is the formula we use, and this is valid for two resistor, this formula. Now look, the total voltage is V. Some voltage come here and some voltage come here. You have to look it very carefully. Now I'm giving you a number example. Look at here. Suppose that it is 10 volt. Okay. This resistor is getting 7 volt. Can you tell me how much R1 will get? Total is 10. One resistor is getting 7 volt. What about the other? What did you say?
Is it 8 volt?
3 volt. If you say 3, then it's perfectly right. 10 minus 7, 3 volt. This is called potential divider. So the output voltage will be 3 volt because the slider is covering R1. So how we design a potential divider? We use two resistors or three resistors in series. When resistors are connected in series, voltage is divided and conserved. Hamad, I'm changing the number and I'm asking you again. Suppose it is 7 volt and it is getting 4 volt. How much this will get?
Again, please can you tell the numbers?
Very good. 7 minus 4. Are you saying that?
3.
Again, it is 3 volt. So the output is 3 volt. So this is how a potential divider actually works. A potential divider uses resistors in series and divide the voltage. A potential divider uses resistors in series and divide the voltage. Can you repeat? A potential divider. First I repeat, okay. a potential divider uses resistors in series and divide the voltage.
Yes.
Now you have to repeat what a potential divider does.
A potential divider divides the current in circuit.
A potential divider uses resistors in series and divides the voltage. Okay, now you have to copy this screen. You have to copy this screen. I'm just coming. Copy this screen. Wow.
Okay, sir, done drawing.
You have to update the same diagram at these points also. See this small formula. Now update the same screen. Now the slider is the main thing. The main thing is the slider. It can be anywhere. The slider can be anywhere. I have presently used slider across R1. Slider can be across R2 also. The circuit can be horizontal also. Here I have made a vertical circle. Here you can see the circuit is horizontal. Now I move to my next concept. Now I have called a rheostat and I have attached it in a potential divider circuit. Remember, it is a series circuit. In a series circuit, voltage and resistance are directly proportional. You have to copy this screen. Now, Hamad, you have to look at this circuit, and there is a rheostat. If I increase, Acha, can you tell me what is a rheostat? What is a variable resistor or rheostat?
Please tell me.
What is a rheostat? Which is used to alter the resistance. Rheostat is a circuit controller. Rheostat is a circuit controller which alter resistance. What is a rheostat? What is a rheostat?
It alters the resistance in a circuit.
It alters the resistance. Now, if I increase the resistance, it's a difficult concept. If I increase the resistance, voltage will increase because
Yes.
voltage and resistance are directly proportional. When voltage is increased across the rheostat, voltage will decrease across the upper resistor. It is called a compensator. I repeat this concept and I want you to work with me on this difficult concept. Let's say, Hamad, it is 10 volt, same question, and it gets 7 volt. How much rheostat will get?
10 volt and 3.
Good. It got 3 volt. Okay, so keep your attention. Now, suppose rheostat resistance increases and now it is getting 4 volt. How much this upper resistor will get now? Total is 10.
So, 6.
Good. You should be answering quickly. So the voltage has decreased. So when voltage increases here, voltage decreases here because the total is 10. That is why the upper resistor is called a compensator. The upper resistor is called a compensator. I repeat the concept. When two resistors are in series, they can compensate voltage for each other. If it is getting 7 volt, the total is 10. Suppose it will get 3 volt. Okay, if the 3 volt shifts to 5 volt, it will also shift to 5 volt. If it goes to 6 volt, it will shift to 4 volt. This is how a series circuit works. This is called compensator circuit. You have already copied it. So update the same screen. Now, update the same screen. You should know that the upper resistor is called upper resistor is called compensator.
Yes, yes.
Upper resistor is called a compensator, and I have explained why it is called a compensator. Now, you can use 3 resistor, 4 resistor. As you increase the number of resistor, you can increase the options in a potential divider. Now, look at this single long resistor, and you can move the slider up and down. You can move the slider up and down as the slider I had shown on my desktop. Now, if you move the slider, the voltage output changes. Look at this example. This is a sound system. If you move the slider up, the sound loudness increases. If you move the slider down, the loudness will
Decrease.
the loudness will decrease.
Yes.
So look at this concept that this is called a single resistor circuit. And when you move the slider, the output voltage changes. Now you have to copy this screen.
Okay, sir, done. Can you, sir? Okay, sir, done. Can you please move to the next?
So Hamad, this is a single slider, and now you have to give a heading, applications of potential divider. But can you tell me any example? Have you seen that slider when you press your mobile phone button
Yes.
for volume control? Do
Yeah.
you see a vertical bar like that,
Yes.
and it goes up and it goes down? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That is called a slider mechanism. This is inside this circuit. Now you have to give this heading.
What is known that one? The one which is on the burning stove or the oven, which we use it to increase the speed of that.
That is also a potential divider. Very good example.
Okay, sir. Done. That's
Number one, heat sensor. Number two, light sensor. Number one, heat sensor. Give the side heading.
It's
Look at this diagram. What is I'm using a thermistor. Do you remember what is a thermistor?
it increases the temperature and decreases the resistance.
It
It
is
increases.
it is a heat sensor, and it's a semiconductor. When temperature increases, its resistance decreases. So what we are using in a heat sensor? What is a heat sensor? In its word, what do you mean by heat sensor? Heat sensor is heat sensor will be using a heat sensor will be using a thermistor, and it will respond on temperature changes. So write in the heading.
Can I draw that graph also? No.
Sorry.
Did I have to draw that graph or no?
No, first you have to copy this.
Okay.
You have to draw the graph, no problem. But first copy this. It uses thermistor.
Okay, done. Okay.
And then copy this screen. Thermistor has a symbol. When temperature increases, resistance decreases.
Okay. Okay, sir, done. Copying this also.
Now, again, remember that potential divider is a concept of resistors in series. Potential divider is a concept of resistors in series. Can you please repeat?
Yes, sir. What should I repeat?
Look at the screen. No need to
Yes.
copy. Just revise with me. Potential
Yes.
divider is
Is a concept of resistor. Potential divider is a concept of resistors in series circuit.
in series. Potential divider is a concept of resistors in series.
Potential divider is a concept of resistor in series.
Now look at this diagram. The heater, we have a thermistor, we have heat is falling on it. And now you have to carefully see that how it works. Look from here, heat is falling. When heat falls, its temperature will increase, its resistance will decrease, and voltage will decrease. As a compensator, voltage across the resistor will increase. So you will get more voltage here, and the device will switch on. I repeat, okay, be careful. Look at, observe it closely. Heat is coming. Due to heat, हमारा temperature increases, resistance decreases, resistance decreases, voltage also decreases. To compensate, voltage increases.
Okay.
Here also voltage increases. So the device switch on. The device switches on. For example, you can use it in a fire alarm. This is a fire alarm. What is a fire alarm, Hamad?
It is there in my home also.
It runs, it alarms when.
When it detects smoke or.
Very good. So it is a heat sensor. Is it right that fire alarm would be a heat sensor?
Yes, it uses alpha particles to detect the.
No, that is a smoke detector. That is not I'm talking about this one, the normal heat sensor. Okay, now copy this screen.
Oh, the red one. This comes in a red one also, right?
Sorry.
The same fire detector comes in a red one also, right?
It used in many places.
It's there in buildings and also.
Yes, buildings and everywhere.
Okay, sir. Done. Okay, sir. Done.
You have copied the whole diagram.
Yeah.
Now you have to copy this concept map.
Okay, done.
So write under it, for example, fire alarm.
For example, fire alarm. Okay.
For example, fire alarm. Now look at this
Okay.
screen. Look at this screen. X is a compensator. Now the thermistor, I have shifted the thermistor down. I have shifted the thermistor down. Look, now it's here. So what happens? Again, I will go in the same order. When heat comes, temperature will increase, resistance will decrease, and voltage will also decrease. When voltage decreases here, it
Okay.
will compensate and it will increase here. Now voltage is decreasing here, so output voltage will decrease. If output voltage is decreasing, the circuit will be off. So this
Yeah.
is used to switch off the circuit. This is used to switch
Switch off
off the circuit.
the circuit.
Now, you have to remember this position, that it will be actually switching the position. Now, give us side heading, light sensor.
But I guess nowadays we are writing too much, right?
But this is how we have to work a lot, because when you go there, you have to attend school, and school people will go very fast.
Yeah.
Can you let me know that you are basically studying